I just need to press go live and that's it. You are live. According to my feedback, I'm live. So although on my phone I don't appear yet. So let's just wait a second till I see myself there. I just need to refresh it. Is it? How does it? Just the thing is, like, it was first time I planned, like, I've put the, oh yeah, good. Yeah, I'm alive. Okay, so welcome to episode 4. Sorry, this is my Stripe, so let's not go there. So this is episode 4 of my live stream podcast thing, where I'm actually talking about I'm talking about how to build a SaaS, programming. Sometimes I think like about job market, wherever. I think like it's quite random, although I'm trying to get a topic for each of them. So that's a gist of it. So I'm not like, usually I'm just live streaming when I'm coding something or just improving something and maybe editing something. And this live stream is a bit more where I try to organize some topic and then see how it goes, basically, and try to flow with it. And last week I was with Łukasz, my buddy, who is on the project here. So he's supporting me on this project that I will be talking about today. And yeah, and I will be, and this is an interesting project that a couple of years ago. Let's just try this. Okay, sorry. So a couple of years ago, I've actually I came out with this idea because my wife is doing like a sewing, like I think that's how we call it, and she actually had this channel where she was sewing, basically. So she would actually post pictures of her things that she would make, and some kids from the back, and very pretty pictures. I really like them, and this is a shirt she made for me, and there was animations that she would actually create, very nice stuff. And we've built it to, she built it to quite nice size. I think it was about 2000 at the time, with just 35 posts. That's a good numbers. But also while we were doing it, we just thought, is there like a marketplace for patterns where you can actually buy those, those drawings of a clothes? So some measurements and stuff. So people who actually make clothes, they could sell them and buy them and trade them, basically, and post them. Yeah, hi there. They could post them and sell and make money, and we could make money as well, because that's how it works. And there is obviously currently there's a marketplace on Etsy which is doing that. There's a couple of small marketplaces that do similar things, that you can sell that kind of stuff, like digital stuff. I don't remember the name off the top of the head, but there's another marketplace where people sell digital stuff. So there's a bunch of those places. So it's not really like very, very unique. But when I was actually building it first time in 2019, it was pretty unique, actually. Like, they on Etsy, it was very, very small. And there, like, in terms of other markets, they weren't actually that prevalent. They grew actually over that time. So my mistake, maybe at the time, was never releasing it. So what I should have done is just slowly build it to the place where I could actually start releasing it and just giving it to customers. And that would actually allow me to, maybe build it slowly up to now. But I never actually did that at the time, which was a pity. I should have actually probably released it and get it to customers. But like now, because there was a pandemic times, and this stuff started growing. For some reason, people started picking up their needles and sewing machines and other stuff. Anything that was handmade, and small designers and small developers would actually start seeing benefits of that. And like there was quite a lot of buzz about that, and people started doing it during pandemic. But even that stayed, so during pandemic you could see like everyone started baking breads here in West, and everyone started making handcraft stuff, because it would just like relax them and stuff, and while you are sitting at home, they would enjoy it. But this trend actually stayed. So that was pretty, like, if I released it back in the day where I actually built it initially, maybe now I wouldn't really, I wouldn't really have to look for jobs. Maybe that would be actually a project that would get me to some good earnings. Maybe good potential. It had good potential. Obviously, it's a niche market. It's not like as wide as Etsy, but I think it's a substantial market that could actually get you there. So this year, when I actually launched this channel, I thought like, okay, so I have my Planero, which is my main project, but like I could actually try, while I'm doing it, try to bring people out from different, that I know, people that I know, basically. So some programmers that are either studying now or just like they're looking for jobs. So that would be good for them to get some experience, because they're complaining that they are people don't hire them because they see them as juniors. So if you work on a React Node project like this for 6 months, it increases your experience. But also I offer them to this is one of my projects. So this is one that I'm actually gonna be talking about. Although comments I will actually read comments at the end. So sorry for that. Disable goes. Make sure to subscribe, obviously, and join Discord. But this is one of my projects that I'm actually building. This is like on Mondays I do my podcast, so that's why I'm not gonna be engaging now too much in the chat. I'm sorry for that. I will actually be much more into this. I will explain that topic, and then at the end I will take chat questions. So if sorry for that. If you want the answer now, it will be done later. So in terms of so as I was saying, this project was revived after 5 years, but back in the day I think I built it quite nicely, so because I was building it myself, there was no AI and stuff, so I had like full control over the code, and I was already I had enough experience in React. I had some like very little experience actually in Node.js, because this is a Node, Express, React, and MongoDB as a database. But I had enough experience that I could actually make it pretty good. So I think like what I started actually building it, and I started making components the way I like them. So now after 5 years, or 6 years almost, when I recovered this project, when I went through my files, I was actually surprised how good some of this code was there. So it was actually really nice to see, oh, the components are quite nicely thought. There's not like a bunch of code in one component, like lots of logic at the top. Like everything was pretty much the way I liked it. So then I started looking into who I can bring into this project. So I was, as I said before, I had a couple of friends that I knew, people that were looking for jobs, or like were on the university and needed some projects. So I actually started encouraging them to join. I also have a friend that she worked in marketing for quite a while. And she helped me initially on this project. So we initially actually built most of it together. She did lots of research. She did lots of organization of that project. So this time it was for me opportunity to bring her back and just try to finish it together, and maybe keep on sort of fulfill all the promises from that we couldn't make back then. And back then, I had my excuses because I had a job. Obviously, when you have a good job, you don't really think about extra projects. When you have I had a daughter actually at the time that was small, and we were buying house as well. Lots of things that I just like distracted me from that. Although I still think I could have managed that as well. So I could maybe do it slowly over evenings and maybe get it done at the same time. So that was still doable, like despite having a good job and other stuff, I think this side could have been done like 5 years ago. It couldn't have been out, but it wasn't. So let's have a quick tour about what's the idea here. So what you can do as a user. So basically, this is a marketplace for selling sewing patterns. And so I know it's Polish, actually. I don't remember where we toggle the languages. So sorry for that. Like it's unless, okay, let's just do Google Translate. So this is a homepage where, you know, we are just encouraging people to, you know, sign up for the newsletter. There should be a button. We do, you know, some hero section that explains what you can do here. And then, like, quickly here we have some bestsellers, and this is place where we will try to encourage people to join early, and we will actually offer them that they can be actually on the top of the page here displayed. And then, you know, then those patterns are kind of products which you will post yourself. And so this is actually very slow because this is a free version of Vercel. When we launch it, we will upgrade this version for sure. Currently it's pretty slow because now it's the backend is waking up. So let's just like try to open it again, and like this, I will let this load somewhere in the background. I think it's, yeah, now because I was hanging out for a while. Oh, okay. So now we have a ready pattern. So this is how they look more or less. There is a price. There is a feature somewhere that I think it wasn't released, where it can actually give you the lowest price over the last 30 days. This is low requirements in, I think in all EU, or maybe just in Poland. I don't know. There is a slider of other stuff, although like I need to fix it. There's ability to review stuff, although like if you are owner of the thing, you can just replay to reviews, and you can log in. Obviously, I forgot to log in, so this is me. This is my burner password. So here I can log in and I can manage this pattern. So this is basically a product, you know. So this is my product, and this is some additional info about designer. So there are some other products of this designer, as like me. I could comment here. In this case, actually, I can comment myself. But the idea is that I will block that from, you know, the user from being able to, like, owner from being able to put comments, like, and especially the, you know, this stuff. Good. Yeah. And this obviously calculates the average as well. I think that we have, because it's a Vercel free version, there's some server problems because it didn't wake up or something. I'll have to check that. And then you can edit the pattern or remove it here as well. And then there is like some text description. You can upload image. You can select some categories and details of you know, what is made of, sizes and stuff. And there should be actually as well one more that will be difficulty, how difficult it is to make. And there is a price, and then if you are actually at discount, then, you know, this is price after discount. So let's say 40, and then this, you know, it will allow to. This should show, actually, let's go back to the pattern. I think, okay, I already forgot which one I was on. Was it this one? It should show the difference price. I think, I don't think this was the one that I've opened. Yeah, maybe that, I thought it was a dress, or maybe this was this guy. Was it? No. Okay, so this is just like quite a lot of testing data. We will still be working on that stuff. But yeah, like this is where we are at this stage. There's as I was saying, there's ability to have a profile, to create a profile, and to manage your products. And I think, like, if we go here, there's a list of all the patterns in the system. There is a filtering here and much more features. So this is basically like a marketplace, like a functional marketplace at this stage, which we will be releasing quite soon, I hope. And yeah, there is quite a lot of there's quite a lot of nice logic, I think, here, although there's still some stuff that we are building over next month. And now I'm actually bringing like a fellow from the Discord. So yeah, yes, that's the project. Yeah, let's just, okay, I will invite him here. You are watching here, yes? You are watching the live stream, yes? So I will invite you here because we have a Google call calendar. And, you know, if you have some questions, you will be a audience that will be asking, basically. You can be asking questions. But yeah, I will be explaining more like what's the idea here and why it's actually good. So feel free to join here. I will let you in if you are here, and then we can have a discussion about the thing. But like for now, I will just continue talking. here. So in terms of like technical infrastructure, as I mentioned before, we have two projects here in one repository. So there's a backend project and front-end project, and some other crap like some config stuff and some stuff from AI. Because initially I set it up as a so he joined. Yeah. Hi there. Can you disable GOS? Good to see you.
Could you please,
Sorry?
I'm working on live.
Okay, you are watching the live stream, so probably you have an echo there, so must be hard. Do you wanna stay here? Maybe explain like what's your experience, and then I will tell I will explain how I will be using your knowledge in the project, and I already have a task for you, like a big task for you, that you can actually start
Okay.
on. Do you wanna say a bit about yourself?
What? Sorry? Hello?
Do you wanna introduce yourself, and that's it, and then I will continue with the project.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Kanal and you can call me as a person of Kanal, and I'm from the tiny country called Nepal, and I'm a student here and as well as
So
solution developer.
you're an engineering
And
student, because it's really hard to hear you. I think you have a very bad microphone. You are like an engineering student, yes?
yes, sir, yes, I
Okay.
am engineering student. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, because there is a poor audio. I will not be actually. We will talk later. If you have some sort of good better mic, feel free to join with it later. Okay, I will just mute this one out for now, or I will
Hello?
just close.
Hello?
Hello. But yeah.
Hello?
Oh, much better,
Is it
great.
better?
Yes,
Okay,
better,
thank you.
better. Can you repeat what you said a minute ago?
So, I am a student and I am person of Canal
Mm-hmm.
and I am from the country, tiny country called Nepal. And I am here engineering student and I am also polyester developer.
Mm-hmm.
I have experience of working in the country in Nepal company
Mm-hmm.
called Pusatek. Pusatek, they were building AI editor like Cursor. I have worked there as well.
Okay, cool. So how do you feel with React and with Node JS, like Express and stuff?
Uh, I am comfortable with the React and Node. In fact, I have a project called Concept that is for hiring electrician plumbers for real times,
Yeah, you
and
showed me that. So yeah.
you can hire.
So this is React and Node, yes?
Okay.
So that's why I
Yes,
actually
yes.
thought you would be fitting for this project. So later, if we can if you want to stay later, like on the live stream, after the live stream, I will actually give you the task. Okay.
Okay.
So this will be for March for
I
you,
will.
and then
Yes,
sorry.
I will extend the live stream.
Yeah. Okay. You are watching on the live stream, yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but
I
then
am.
we can connect on the Google thing. So okay, I will finish this one for now, and yeah, thanks for joining. I'm happy actually that you are joining our project. I think you have a great experience. I liked your project with the plumbing and whatever electricity for the specialist, technical
Yeah.
specialist, or like handyman or something. I think it's a good base, and like
Okay.
I've already created like a big task for you. It's a huge one actually, so I think it should take you entire
Okay.
March. So that later I will show it to you, and I will invite you to the project in terms of like GitLab and ClickUp and stuff. So you are actually comfortable there. So thanks for joining. We'll speak later. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and I like your new mic. It sounds better because I couldn't understand. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we have So he's gonna join us on the project. So currently we have three programmers if I count myself. Although I do less and less programming now, I do much more organization and design and stuff. And maybe I will try to do marketing as well now. But also it's a third person now that is joining us, and over March, I hope we will be able to actually get some cool stuff done together. And then I hope we will enjoy working together, and I will be able to offer you much more work. So that would be my goal. I hope it will be actually possible. It's all important that I just have to spend do it correctly myself as well, so I can actually support that and just make sure that I'm giving you correct good tasks. I can see that many people joined, so make sure to subscribe if you're not subscriber. I really enjoyed subscribers. So basically we have two main sections and some scripts, let's call it. So we have a backend where we have let's start from models. So we have models like pattern, like posts. I actually divided them into different files. Although currently there is a AI working with us that might actually change it a bit, but I think most of the AI that we are using, it's actually extending what we have. So it's trying to actually work on the current models. So the models are basically, what sort of items we have in the database. And we have obviously some price history. That's a new addition. So there is a pattern schema. So there are schema like in database, and it's a chunky one. It's a big one, yeah. And there is obviously a post. Post is when you actually, post something under the pattern when you are commenting it. There is a user, obviously. So he had some properties. And some shared schema. I don't remember actually what was it for. I must say there's your profile. So we have a user can have a profile, and there is maybe user should be able to have multiple profiles. I have to think of that, but maybe in the future. And there is some FX rate. This is a new one that I didn't build. So this is about converting the currencies. Profile, some shared users. So it's fairly simple, but it actually manages to give us enough for the app that I showed you. So there are routes, obviously. So this is because it's just a backend. So you have some routes that you can access this data, or get some stuff like get some orders, send some orders, create some order, obviously, create pattern, delete pattern. Add, edit the pattern. So there are different routes, and like even like I know this might look like AI, but this was something that when I was initially doing it, and this is why I like this project, I was actually sort of trying to structure it in a possibly simplest way to work with. So if you are like actually in routes, they should be written in one way. So there shouldn't be too much of additional a mix of different code. And this obviously gets you to some sort of express function that does stuff for you, So it actually takes something from the database, takes something from the model, and then does something with it, and then sends it back to the route. And so controllers are basically routes, and controllers are connected here. So controllers are the functions that are called by routes. There's more stuff like scripts. These are just some shared scripts that we are reusing in different places, if I remember correctly, or some utils as well, Firebase storage stuff. There's quite a lot, So because you are able to add a product, add a profile, and upload images. There's multiple things that happen as well. And like when you add pattern, you should be able to display it, obviously edit it later. So this needs obviously managing. And also another thing that we have is, as I said, we have a file upload and image upload. So my goal was not to kill my my server straight away. So if you are uploading a big picture, and people will often do that, it should actually limit it to smaller ones and resize to like a thumbnail and to bigger image of 1200 pixels. So stuff like that, so we don't keep the big, huge files, and we are just keeping smaller ones. So obviously there is a backend, And there's a front end as well. And this is my favorite, actually. I wasn't really proud when I opened it after like 5 or 6 years. I thought like, oh, wow, I've done actually a pretty good job back then, you know, like I've done a better job than I even expected. So we've got some files like that, like there is a Cypress, but we are not doing really any testing here. There's some public that is generated basically out of that. And there, you know, there are some actions. This is a Redux flow. So it's not my favorite now. And even like recently I've dropped like a video where I'm talking that next time I'll just use Svelte, but still, or maybe I didn't drop it yet. Maybe it will come tomorrow. So there is a video where I'm talking how many years I've been working. I learned everything, but at the end of the day, I think the simplicity is on the other libraries. So this was from the times where we used Redux quite heavily, and that was most of my experience was Redux at the time. So I've actually implemented Redux here. There is also like it's a React, but then there is the CSS module. So I wasn't really using. It was 2020 and Tailwind wasn't so popular, and I actually never learned to like Tailwind anyway. So it's using SCSS, which is like a SaaS, So it's using SaaS basically, and we import some variables and we use them here to keep the theme constant. So there are some things like, obviously components, let's say accordion component. And like, if you look at it, it's very simple. There's quite as little as possible. And there's like each component has an index, which just makes it so it's easier, like less to when you import it. There is a main component and there is a CSS to it. And like they pretty much look the same, unless, look at buttons. Yeah, they all look the same. So it's a very simple infrastructure. There are very simple components, and yeah, I think like I do like that project in terms of how it's set up. So images, messages. I don't remember everything. So polyfills, that's a fixes for old code. So yeah, that's how it looks. And it's being actually deployed now to Vercel, we have a free version of Vercel. So it's if you run it, you have to wait for longer now because it has to wake up server. Probably if I wanted to do something now, it would actually take, it will just be loading it for a moment just to wake up the server. We will fix that obviously soon for this project, and like I think it will be pretty good. And my goal now is me and Ola, who is the project manager and marketing person in the project, we will be actually writing down all the tasks that are necessary to build by the time we release it. And then once we have that, we will be actually we will go through that list, obviously prioritize what's there, make sure that we know which, like, we will write down which tasks are we have to do, otherwise we can't release it. So all the prerequisites for releasing, we will just list them at the top, and then wherever can go later will go later. And I think so it's March now, so like I would say around May I would like to have a running sort of soft launch. And in the other project now is to find some people who want to actually post their patterns, and we will try to actually persuade them to start even playing with it, to start throwing something and just giving us feedback. So that would be another one. And this would actually also benefit us from the point of that we could maybe start convincing maybe even investors that it's a good project, that we are building it and it's being maintained, and maybe find some budget for that in return for some percentage of the company. So yeah, that would be goal for next 2 months, and then there would be a soft launch where we would be selling that stuff to trying to get as many customers as possible, and trying to get as much business there as we can. Because if you like to be honest, this is actually this is a very very big niche, I think. I mentioned it earlier briefly, but I have a presentation that I will be doing for my investors. Let me just quickly open it. And in it, I've actually had some recent statistics for that kind of market for the project. So I'm actually doing this presentation. It's still being built, but actually one of the so for example, like why it's actually a good project, it's very important because currently we are trying to compete with Etsy and a couple of other companies that do similar things. And they actually, like for example, Etsy takes a lot of actually is quite expensive for those pattern designers and for people who want to post it. So one of our strength is actually we want to be cheaper, so that's obviously that's not something to brag about, or maybe it is actually. That's something that we can compete on because we can do it. We can do it cheaper. And another thing is like we have our own tool for drawing. Let me actually show it because it's a very neat tool that is being developed by Kuba, who is in the project now, and who actually created that initially. Then I've done a couple of changes myself, and it's called Pattern Studio. And you can actually, like for example, you can just draw a some sort of pattern yourself. There is still some work that needs to be done to it, so you will, because currently it's not the easiest to build something out of it. So your goal is to create a sewing pattern So your goal is to create something like that, something like that. So you can have like measurements and stuff. So you can print it and then like export it into PDFs, or like export it into PDFs of like multiple A4 pages, so you could print it yourself. And then in the future, we would talk to different companies that could actually print it and ship it for us. So that would be another step where we could actually do that as well. So it would be like here on Temu, where you could but people could actually post them. So I can see that already even Temu is a bit of like competition for us. I think like, it's all, so, that's another thing that we could actually offer for that, so people could actually post their own designs and then sell them as a PDFs. But like our tool, our what was it called? Our pattern studio would allow you to draw them yourself here without going to the other apps, and then it would actually size it to multiple A4s or A3, however you actually would like to export it. And then you would be able to print it either at home or maybe print it from some sort of a company, like a print company, and they will send it to you to your address. So that would be also an integration we would like to take at some point. Yeah, okay. So the Pattern Studio, I think it's our unique feature that makes us actually more. That gives us some edge, and obviously price. We will go down on that. It's more specific as well to people who are actually selling things, so who are selling patterns. So it's more specific to their business rather than just general marketplace with plenty of different categories and different products, millions of products. There will be maybe thousands or or thousands, so it will be much narrower for you to look for. And so yeah, so our solution is obviously this. So one, it's cheaper, it's purpose built, it has some specific tools. But actually, this is a really interesting slide that actually slide from this presentation, because I think like the reason why it's a great now is that there was a huge increase, and like you can see that I made a big mistake by not launching it initially in 2019 or 20, where I've built it. I think like it would be just before pandemics, actually, pandemic time. It would be ready before pandemic time. And as I'm saying, it was a big opportunity, because then due to pandemics, this and this is like I'm actually surprised to see that it grew 300% from then to now. 300%, like three times higher, then there's a bigger market, 3 times bigger market than there was before. So there's a huge number of millions of new people who are sewing, so who are making their clothes. And there is also like, there is a creator economy. So people want to create their own things instead of just buying from corporations. That's a big one. And yeah, it's something that Gen Z loves, So it's like if it's a smaller designers, if I've done it, they will be much more proud than if it's from H&M or something. So that's why they would actually want to use those, make their clothes maybe and buy their patterns or sell their patterns, So that's another thing. So for now, I'm doing this presentation. This is a presentation for investors. So I will be offering this up for a percentage of the earnings of the future profits to investors. I just have to finish that presentation. Although, like, I think it's a good time actually to do it. Maybe the best time was 2019-20 when I started building this up, but it's still good. So yeah, that's the project. I think like let's just quickly go through technical things. So for example, you can obviously register, and the next one, the next option, and I think like it's currently it's broken. I think it should be working. I think my server needs to wake up. So there's obviously all the functionality for registering. I think forget password might not work in terms of like it would have to send you an email. So we have to fix that. So there's a couple of technical problems here, but like the idea is that you will be able to register through Facebook, Instagram, maybe Gmail or Google, or just register here. So register with. So yeah, as I'm saying, I think like it's either we have some issue here, I guess. So I thought I might be able to register, but let's just go log in, and the user has ability to okay, so I can log in. So there is something with registration, I guess, that I have to check. It's a technical problem. So there is a pattern. Sorry. So there is a profile actually, which I should be able to okay, so that's not the one. Is this a panel? Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the main place. So here I can see all my patterns, and I can let's just translate it to English. It's currently picking my language, so I can edit a pattern. I could probably check, one. This should actually be add pattern to. Oh no, there is a add pattern. So currently edit pattern shouldn't be here, but that. Oh no. This is edit profile. Okay, so this is just like a bad naming. So I will have to update that to say edit profile, because this is what we want to do. You can add pattern from here, so we can create your new pattern with image and with text, different categories and pricing and all of that. And then there is obviously ability to display those, and then this actually is showing all the patterns that this user has created. So these are all my patterns, and here I can edit them, delete, wherever. In editing, we will be actually allowing them also to access the pattern studio. So currently it's because it's being built, it's just here like this, but we can make a pattern here and save it actually, and it should be, maybe there's something with the backend, I will have to check that, but this should be actually saving the pattern. And I think it's I think there's this one is no, there's nothing here. Oh no, there's an old product pattern. Let's say this is a one that I recovered, and then I will be able to, when I have this pattern, I can edit it obviously. Okay, so there's still obviously quite a lot of fixes that we have to do, but I think like 2 months is actually quite a lot, because most of it is just like making sure that it directs to the right place, it's displaying stuff correctly. So there's quite a lot of built already, but not really well connected. There's a couple of pages, like sales pages and stuff, that we have to create. There's obviously multiple entry pages. So for example, if you are a designer, or if you're a client, so this is for a client. I think this is for, there is a designer or something. The designer, or maybe not. Just would have to check. There's basically multiple pages that you can access already. Some of them are just badly linked or not accessible. So in the list that we are doing now, where we are listing all the things that we have to improve, list of improvements and priorities. There will be actually we'll have to make sure that all of that is there. But like this product is very close to be done, and I'm actually happy to be at this stage, because like this was something that I didn't think that it will be back. That was I felt like it's a missed opportunity. I should have done it. I wish I did it at the time. That was like perfect time, and why I didn't do it. Yeah, like I can ask myself that question, but on the other hand, I think it's the great thing is that there's still I can still do it. Nothing stops me from launching it now. It can be late. It doesn't matter really. So it's not the end of the world if you have a project, you can if you didn't do it for a while, you can always come back to it. And in this example, I'm coming back after 5 or 6 years. Okay, so there was some questions. There was one question on the chat. Is this the project? So this is the project from the title. Yes, this is Pattern Market. I think this is one of my projects. I have multiple projects that I'm working on, and maybe too many. That's a question for myself, but rather I think I should just maybe I should focus slightly more on some of the projects that are but on the other hand, I think it's cool to actually build. It's not a problem to build multiple, and especially when I have people that are helping me with that. There is actually a big potential of having it done. So now we have our next step is to come out with a proper roadmap of the project, and also invite people to register and to start playing with it. And even this live stream, I'm recording, so I will edit it to be able to give like a 10 minutes video that will be explaining what Pattern Market is and why it's actually good. So this will be in the end, it will be also on my channel, this in a shorter version for people to see. If you have any questions, just throw them in, because I've just run out of questions here on the chat. There was only one, and I think I just showed everything that I wanted to show in this project, and I explained why I think it's something that has potential. Maybe it's not the replacement for Etsy, or it might never get me to billionaire or something status, but at some point it might be actually a project that might make some good money, or okay money. So because the way I'm looking at those things now, I used to think like, when you release something, you have to compete with the biggest brands, and if it's already there, what sort of chance do you have? There are millionaires and stuff, but it doesn't really work that way always. You can always go with a smaller niche and try to expand it later, or maybe it will be enough to actually work within that niche. What is exactly Pattern Marketplace? So it's a marketplace for sewing designs. So there will be, the marketplace is for that's a question from the chat. Sewing pattern. So we will be able to sell those kind of things. Okay, they're selling them on Temu, but it's basically here. So people are selling like you can make a dress, and they sell you like a designs for it. So you will get like that kind of stuff, plus maybe so you'll get PDFs with that kind of drawings and with measurements, and if you want it to be in the size of medium, these are the measurements you have to take, and this is how you have to cut the cloth to actually make it happen. So this is what people will be able to sell, or they will be able to make it in my software as well. And this is already here on Etsy. We don't mind, that's good that we have that competition. Oh, and you can upload images here, which would be nice as well. So people can upload their how they made it, So someone bought it already from them, and that's how they made it from. So it's a really nice. I think it's a really nice market. Very very small, but very cool. So this one is 45 zlotys, which makes it into like $8 or $9. Oh no, it's like $11 maybe currently. So this is something that someone is selling this design itself, just PDF, for $11, but it's obviously some work, you know. So yeah, I hope I answered your question about what is pattern market. It's basically a place where people will be able to post, sell them, and other people will be able to buy them, and then there will, you know, the designers will be able to get money back from us, and we will be sending it to them. Although we probably have to start with different markets. We might start here in Poland, and then go EU maybe, and maybe US and other countries. But like we still have to figure out lots of, you know, small nitty-gritty things. And this will take time. So first soft launch we'll try to find here locally a couple of people who make clothes and who would be interested in this kind of service, and then we will go on with you know, with trying to convince them here in Poland. Then we'll try to expand that further down. Any other questions? Because I think like I've run out of. Yeah, thanks for your comment here. Disable GOS. I hope I read it correctly. Had a couple of questions, and he's saying that it's a great idea. So thank you. I do think it's a great idea. I think like it has potential. It has enough potential for it to be worth it. And like, I don't really look at this thing that, you know, I have to win the market or something. My calculations there, and I think I lost some of my slides. I didn't save them or something when I was showing my Canva stuff. I had the calculations which was showing that I will be actually very profitable if I get like 5% of the market. That would be a lot. That would be great, you know. So I don't really have to even dominate it. I can get to 5%, and it will give me, like, you know, enough to you know, not to worry about money, maybe, or something like that, or maybe even more. I'm not the kind of person who needs like a expensive stuff, so for me it doesn't matter, you know. But as long as I'm at the stage where I'm trying to replace my corporate jobs with you know, with my own products, and this sort of, I think it fits nicely into that plan. Yeah, so I feel like that's where I am. This is obviously this was another episode of my podcast called Hello World Problems. And if you have some ideas about what we could be talking, or if you have questions to ask, I'm doing live streams, obviously I can answer them. Or if you have something cool to show, I can invite you to my live streams as well. Or you can join me on this podcast where we can talk about projects that we are working on, technologies that are actually there, or maybe news or something. I'm still sort of, this podcast is sort of differing depending on the episodes. I guess with time I'm thinking that it will get more solid in terms of ideas. But yeah. Yeah, so thanks guys for joining. Make sure to subscribe. It's you know, I'm way over, you know, 1031, which is a nice number. I really like that. I crossed 3 days ago. I crossed 1000. So I had like in the YouTube app, I had like a fireworks showing that, ooh, congratulations, you got there, to go to some bigger number, which is great. And also I will still be working on live streams. I will be showing what I'm building, and I hope some of you can join me in this process, as our friend here, whose name unfortunately I still don't remember. His nickname here is Rookie on the and he will be joining us in this project for, you know, for next month, and hopefully forever, you know, I mean forever, for good, you know, that we'll actually build it, and it will be allowing us to make some good money. Oh, Ranjit, yeah, I hope yeah, I think it's Ranjit, yeah, good. So Ranjit, I need to remember your name. I'm really sorry. I know you're watching. I need to remember your name, Ranjit. Better, because we will be working together. We are buddies now. We do business together. So, you know, it's good to know names of your business partner. Here in Nepal, I think a new idea. Try it out here. I wouldn't say it would be boom, but I think it's great. So that's actually, I think that's Ranjit as well. Here on the chat. So yeah, he's saying that in Nepal it's actually a pretty good idea. I feel like it's everywhere a good idea, you know. People go back to those this, you know, sewing or to handmade things, you know, because The corporate stuff, the H&Ms and Zara and like Adidas or something, it just looks like it just looks like a basic stuff. It doesn't look that interesting. So I think people are looking for something more original and something that and people realize that they actually enjoy working with their hands on hand stuff, handcraft and stuff, more than working on the computer. And I think I do that as well, when I'm working in my garden even, or when I'm actually making something out of wood in my garage. I really enjoy that much more than, sometimes much more than programming even. So that's fun actually. So maybe, maybe that's a good market, good time to do that. And yeah, there's enough infrastructure to actually maintain that kind of business, as well as there's lots of people actually now using technology and looking for those kind of things. Yeah. So Ranjit, if we can, am I okay? Ranjit, later, in like 10 minutes, if you don't mind, we can have a chat about the task I will be giving you. And if you guys want to join me in that project, if you want to join me in the project, join the Discord. It's I should have copied the link. Join the Discord. Oh, yep. Okay. Join the Discord and let's talk about projects. Maybe we'll get something together. Maybe we will actually build something together. My plan now is within this week, I will want to make a start writing down like who I have here, how much people, what skills they have, how much time they have over the week or something, how much they would like to devote to a project. And when I see what skills I have, what sort of programmers or what sort of people, maybe there are marketers or UX designers or like business people. When I see that, I will try to get them into a projects. Then I will arrange some sort of meetings maybe once a week where I would be doing some management, but they would be doing like a development, and then I would try to lead it all the way to the finish line, and we would be talking about that even here on my live streams, which I think that's a great content for me and great opportunity for other people to shine and to show their skills. Yeah, so thanks guys for joining this live stream. I will be doing live stream later as well, where I will be programming things, and I think I will be working on this pattern market beauty as well. Is it? I think it's time. Yeah, I need to do SaaS pattern market. And yeah, thanks for joining me. See you around. And yeah, come back next week for the